the story of Patrick Mahomes, who we reacted to in the NFL. So it's going to be a bit of his background, etc. Before we get into it, guys,
make sure you smash the subscribe and follow button and hype up this video.
Let's go.
After only 4 seasons in the league and just 3 as a starter, Patrick Mahomes has already won a Super Bowl MVP, a league MVP, and led his team to 2 Super Bowl appearances. It's one of the fastest starts to a career in NFL history and has people wondering if he's the next face of the NFL. Saying that about a 25-year-old would typically be met with backlash, but Mahomes is far from your normal football player. So, how did we get to this point where we are already considering crowning the next king of the league this early in his career? Here's the story of Patrick Mahomes.
Let's see where
he was born in Tyler, Texas.
Texas.
Pat and Randy Mahomes. Patrick's dad, Pat, was a Major League Baseball player and spent 11 years in the league as a pitcher. Having an MLB pitcher as a father, sports were a part of Patrick's life from a young age. Growing up, Patrick was a 3-sport athlete, playing football, basketball, and baseball. He played all 3 sports at the varsity level for White House High School in White House, Texas.
Right, so chat's saying he's 30 years old now. So this is obviously quite an old video, but it's giving us his upbringing. But he's actually 30, so he's not 25.
While Mahomes obviously excelled on the football field, he was also a beast on the hardwood and diamond. As just a freshman, Mahomes was a starter on the varsity basketball team.
Playing basketball.
As a senior, he led his team to a 28-7 record, while averaging 19 points and 8 rebounds per game.
Nice.
Patrick was even better at baseball, as he was rated the number 35 overall prospect in Texas by Perfect Game. In a game his senior year, Mahomes threw a no-hitter with 16 strikeouts, because there's nothing he can't do as an athlete. He would have been a top prospect for the 2014 MLB draft, but teams didn't think he would forgo playing in college. Still, Mahomes was taken by the Detroit Tigers in the 37th round, but he never signed a contract with the team. Shifting gears to the reason this video is being made, Patrick had quite the high school football career. As a senior, he threw for 4,619 yards and 50 touchdowns, while also rushing for 948 yards and 15 touchdowns. Even with these gaudy numbers, he was only rated a 3-star recruit by Rivals, ESPN.
Guys, I've heard about the star recruit, so you can get rated like different stars. How does that work? And what is it? Up to 5 stars? Like, how do they kind of determine this person's a 2-star, this person's a 4-star? Like what are they basing it off? Do you know what I'm saying?
I think maybe like the performance in college. Maybe I don't know. Let us know, guys.
You guys know better than us. Educate us.
And 24/7 sports. As a result of his dominance in 3 sports, Mahomes was named the MaxPrep's National Male Athlete of the Year for 2013-2014. He committed to Texas Tech University to play football and baseball for the Red Raiders. Patrick entered his freshman football season in Lubbock as a backup for Davis Webb, who ended up being drafted by the New York Giants in the 3rd round of the 2017 draft. After an injury to Webb during the latter half of the season, Mahomes started his first collegiate game against Texas. Against the Longhorns, he threw for just 109 yards and 0 touchdowns in a loss, but Mahomes remained the starter for the next 3 games. In those contests, people saw the Patrick Mahomes we are now so accustomed to watching, as he threw for 1,319 yards and 14 touchdowns, including 598 yards and 6 touchdowns in the season finale against 5th-ranked Baylor. In that game against the top-ranked Bears, Mahomes set a Big 12 freshman record for most passing yards in a game and tied another for most passing touchdowns in a game. It was a performance that had Texas Tech fans somehow excited after a 4-8 season. His sophomore year, Mahomes picked up where he left off the previous season.
Apparently in Texas, college football is massive. Massive.
Are we live? Because look, people are saying offline.
It will come back.
Oh.
Give it a sec. Back online, yeah. Oh, we're good. Yeah, apparently college football is massive in Texas. And in certain states where they have college football teams, a lot of them, college football is bigger than NFL.
I believe it though, because remember we used to watch the parades.
And it was mad.
Yeah, the stadiums for the college football will be massive.
Massive. Fully sold out stadiums.
Yeah.
Big stadiums as if it's professional.
And they sold jerseys and everything as well.
Yeah, so, and they done the inside tour of the shops and stuff. It was madness.
Yeah. As he threw for 425 yards and 4 touchdowns in Texas Tech's 2015 season opener. It was the first of 10 300-yard passing performances for Patrick that year. He finished with 4,653 passing yards and 36 passing touchdowns, while adding in 456 rushing yards and 10 rushing touchdowns. Mahomes led the nation in total offense per game at 393 yards and was fourth in passing yards. Patrick also became one of just 5 quarterbacks in FBS history to pass for 4,000 yards and 30 touchdowns, and also rush for at least 450 yards and 10 touchdowns. Prior to starting his junior football season, Mahomes announced that he was leaving the baseball program to solely focus on football.
That makes
He only
sense.
appeared
Makes
in 3
sense.
total baseball games in college. Patrick acknowledged how growing up playing the sport directly impacted his football skills.
There
He
we go.
said, "I think a lot of my improvisation is from baseball and how I could sling the ball across the diamond. I played shortstop my whole life. I never had my feet under me. I was always making throws across my body." While that quote is
See, that's the problem with playing more than one sport. Like, something that is good in baseball might not translate well in NFL or basketball.
Yeah.
And then it becomes a bad habit. Then how do you cross? How do you, like, do you know what I mean? If you want to take a sport very, very seriously, you need to lock into one thing and be a specialist at that one sport.
Yeah, unless you're just an animal that can do anything. Like that guy,
Well,
you know, the one that was flashy, the NFL player. What's his name?
Dion.
Dion. Yeah, he was good at anything.
But yeah, he would have been even better at NFL if he only focused on NFL.
No, but he was really good at NFL though.
I'm saying maybe he would be even better. I'm not saying he was bad. Being good at something don't mean you're the best.
Yeah, but
at it.
wasn't he like a goat?
He was amazing, and he's top that. That's what I'm saying. If he only specialized in NFL, he might have been better. He might have been worse because maybe he learned things in those sports that he applied to this sport. But maybe he would have been better. We don't know. What do you guys think?
from 2016. It explains numerous throws we have seen Mahomes make at the NFL level that leave everyone just shaking their head at the absurdity of the play. With baseball in his rearview mirror, expectations were sky high for Patrick's junior campaign.
His passing's
As
incredible.
he constantly does, Mahomes rose to the occasion and met them. He finished the season leading the country in yards per game with 421, total passing yards with 5,052, total offense with 5,312 yards, and total touchdowns with 53. That year, Mahomes took part in one of the craziest college football games of all time in terms of the box score. In a 66-59 shootout between Texas Tech and Oklahoma, Mahomes completed 52 of 88 passes for 734 yards and 5 touchdowns, and rushed for 85 yards and 2 touchdowns as well. His 819 total yards of offense set an FBS record for most all time, and he tied the record
That's
for
amazing.
single-game passing yards with 734. Those numbers are supposed to be reserved for the NCAA football video game, with the sliders turned down, not real life against the 16th-ranked team in the country. Typically, 819 yards from one player brings home the dub, but unfortunately for Mahomes and the Red Raiders, they were playing against a guy by the name of Baker Mayfield, who threw for 545 yards and 7 touchdowns on only 36 attempts that evening, as the Sooners escaped Lubbock with the victory. Following his stellar season, Mahomes decided to forego his senior year and declare for the NFL draft. Despite being the starter for less than 2.5 seasons, Patrick finished third in school history in passing yards with 11,252 and passing touchdowns with 93.
Man, his passing is so satisfying to watch. Like, it just floats.
Yeah, it's just perfect.
And his vision.
Yeah.
He sees things that people just don't see.
Yeah.
As we all know, Mahomes was drafted by the Kansas City Chiefs with the 10th overall pick in the 2017 draft. While people typically like messing with or torturing Chicago Bears fans by reminding them that they took a different quarterback with the 2nd overall pick, there was actually another team who originally owned the pick used on Mahomes. The Chiefs traded the 27th overall pick, a 2017 third-round pick, and their 2018 first-round pick to the Buffalo Bills in exchange for the 10th overall pick. Maybe the Bills get off easier in this conversation because it appears they found their franchise quarterback in Josh Allen, while the Bears still have no answer at the position after riding the Mitch Trubisky roller coaster. Either way, Kansas City saw something in Mahomes that other teams failed to see, and to say things worked out well for the Chiefs is an understatement. Even though he was a top draft,
You know who was good at that as well? Do you remember Spurs in NBA? They always picked like someone on the 14th, then they end up being like a top player.
Yeah.
That's a skill, you know, like in their man, like to be able to recruit effectively
Yeah.
like that, like they saw something in him that no one basically saw, and now look at him. It takes skill to do that.
Draft pick. Mahomes was originally brought in to back up Alex Smith. Patrick's NFL debut didn't come until week 17 of the 2017 season, when the Chiefs rested Smith for the upcoming playoffs. Starting against the Broncos, Mahomes led his squad to a 27-24 victory as he threw for 284 yards and 1 interception with 0 touchdowns. After the Broncos tied the game with just under 3 minutes to play in the game, Patrick drove his team down the field and set up the game-winning 30-yard field goal as time expired. He showed extreme poise in the moment for a rookie making his first career start on the road. It was a preview of things to come for him and KC. Right before that year's Super Bowl, the Chiefs traded Alex Smith to Washington. It was a surprising move that demonstrated how much confidence the organization had in Mahomes as they shipped away their team leader, who was coming off back-to-back Pro Bowls. During the 2018 season, everybody saw exactly why Kansas City was all in on Mahomes. Patrick set the league on fire as he threw for 5,097 yards and 50 touchdowns. He led the league in passing touchdowns by 11 and was second in passing yards behind Big Ben, who threw only 32 more yards. In just his first full year as a starter and his second one in the NFL, Mahomes won the league's MVP award, made the Pro Bowl, was named first-team All-Pro, and won the 2019 ESPY Award for Best NFL Player. It wasn't just individual success for Patrick that year, as his team made the AFC title game for the first time since 1993, before falling to the eventual Super Bowl-winning New England Patriots in a 37-31 overtime thriller. His numbers were down some in 2019, but that was the result of him missing 2 games due to injury. Mahomes finished the regular season with 4,031 yards and 26 touchdowns. Most impressively, he only threw 5 interceptions. The 2019 postseason showed the Chiefs are never out of a game when they have Mahomes under center. In a divisional round matchup with the Texans, Kansas City trailed 24-0 in the second quarter, before scoring 41 unanswered points and winning 51-31 as Patrick threw for 321 yards and 5 touchdowns. In the conference championship game, the Chiefs fell behind early again as they were down 17-7 in the second quarter against the Titans. Mahomes finished the game with 294 passing yards, 3 passing touchdowns, 53 rushing yards.
Guys, question. Obviously, the passing yards that he's doing sounds incredible. What is like the average kind of passing yards that is considered a good game for someone that's in his position, which I believe is quarterback? Let us know, because that way we can put into context how amazing these numbers are in comparison to a normal good game, you know? Thank you.
And 1 rushing touchdown as Kansas City won 35-24 and clinched their first Super Bowl appearance since 1970. They trailed by double digits in their first 2 playoff games. So why would the Super Bowl be any different for the Chiefs? Against the 49ers, the task was a bit taller as San Fran led 20-10 with under 10 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Somehow, Mahomes turned that deficit on the game's biggest stage into a double-digit win. As the Chiefs won 31-20, and Patrick was named Super Bowl MVP. He was the youngest quarterback, and third youngest player in NFL history to win the award.
That suit is sick. Classy suit, isn't it? Very nice.
I mean, he's accepting that MVP.
That's my taste in suits.
He's
like
going to look suave for it.
Yeah.
We'll see.
It would.
After the 2019 season,
well.
Kansas City knew they never wanted to see Mahomes in another team's uniform, so they gave him an unheard of contract.
They got to pay him.
In July of 2020, Mahomes signed a 10-year extension worth $477 million.
10-year extension, though. That's basically saying you're ours basically your whole career, but we're going to pay you.
So do you get paid more in NFL compared to NBA? I'm guessing you would.
If you put into like logic, I would say NFL's more watch and stuff. There's more money involved, so you should. But then people say NBA players are paid a lot more. So I think it's just specific. If there's like a superstar like this, then maybe. But on the average, I think NBA is more because there's less players on the team as well. You got to remember, this is 11 aside, that's 5 aside. I think there's quite a few things that contribute towards it.
Oh.
with another $26 million in potential bonuses for a total
Wow.
of $503 million. It was the type of contract reserved for MLB stars, not football players who could get hurt and replaced at any moment. He led his Chiefs to a 14-1 start, throwing for 4,740 yards and 38 touchdowns with only 6 interceptions, before resting in Week 17 to get ready for another postseason run. The script was flipped from the 2019 postseason to begin the 2020 playoffs, as the Chiefs were the ones trying to hold on to a lead this time around against the Browns in the divisional round. After Mahomes was knocked out of the game in the third quarter with a concussion, Kansas City escaped with a 22-17 victory. Already having beaten one potential team of destiny, the Chiefs faced another one in the Bills in the AFC title game. Luckily for KC, Mahomes was healthy and reminded everyone how dominant the Chiefs can be as they coasted to a 38-24 win following falling behind 9-0 in the first quarter. Mahomes threw for 325 yards and 3 touchdowns like it was nothing. Next up for him and his team was Tom Brady and
So chat is saying on average, an average game is between 200 and 250 yards in total that they throw. A good game is considered 300 yards. So some of these yards thrown that he's putting up in his games are
crazy.
Like great games,
No wonder he's
amazing
getting
games.
paid $500 million. Oh my God.
But chat, you made a valid point. Someone said that as well. Like with NBA, as we've experienced, there's so many games.
Yeah.
So with NFL, you got to calculate how much you're earning per game. NFL, there's way less games throughout the seasons. Yes, there's risk. Obviously, it's a lot more physical. It's a collision sport to some extent. But you are being paid. You might be getting paid more in NFL per game if you do the comparison to how many games in the NBA versus how many games in the NFL. Guys, you guys tell me if that's the case, but it could be if you do the calculations.
the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the current GOAT versus the potential future GOAT.
Oh.
In what was supposed to be the coronation of the league's next king, Tom Brady and the Bucs forced everyone to pump the brakes. Tampa Bay's defense took advantage of Kansas City's injury-depleted offensive line and pressured Mahomes a Super Bowl record 29 times.
Oh.
Patrick struggled to get into a rhythm as his Chiefs
They
fell
locked him
behind
down.
21-6 at the half. Nobody counted him and Casey out yet, though, as they were known for turning it on in necessary moments. Except they couldn't this time. The Bucs won 31-9 as they held Mahomes to 270 yards and 0 touchdowns, picking him off twice. Brady was named Super Bowl MVP, reminding everyone
They locked
that
him
this
down.
is still his league,
Yeah.
and nobody's knocking him off his throne yet. This game also showed people that Mahomes was in fact human and not some unstoppable superhero. Even though he was out there making throws like this.
That's
With how
incredible.
Mahomes' career has started, this will not be the last time we see him and the Chiefs in the big game, as Patrick is far from finished writing his story.
Good video.
Very
Bit
good
of
video.
background
Yeah.
on Mahomes. He's 30 now. He's a lot older. Guys, would you say based on how that video was going to where he is now, he's developed in the direction that was kind of like predicted for him in this video? Would you say he's definitely, he seemed incredible. The video we watched of highlights was amazing. Would you say, yeah, he's definitely up there as one of the best?
He's won 3 Super Bowls, apparently.
Damn, that's a lot.
That's amazing.
So he's much better than they predicted. Wow, thank you,
Yeah.
Chuck, for clearing that up.